Texas Congressman Brian Babin. Congressman, welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's start with the debate. The majority of Americans plan to watch, no doubt, largely to see Biden's behavior, given how obviously bad his cognitive abilities are. But that should be disqualification alone for a nominee, right? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, this preparation that Biden has been getting is unprecedented. To put him into an airplane hangar. You'd think, like Trump is doing, he's going out and meeting people. He's asking what the issues are. What are people's interests? What's the biggest thing that folks are wanting to see changed? And Biden is hiding in an airplane hangar with his handlers. And quite frankly, I think as a member of Congress, I represent 750,000 Texans. We know what those issues are, and the biggest issue we have is an open border with criminal activity going on, murders, rapes. We've got terrorism that's really likely to be hitting us, and this is the thing. These are the things that are going to have to be talked about during the debate, and Biden is going to have to defend them. He keeps telling us the border is secure. He keeps telling us that the economy is doing great, that they're creating all these jobs, and what they're actually doing is forcing retirees to go back to work because they can't afford to buy groceries and fill up their tanks and pay for their drugs, their medications. Yeah. So let's get all of this information out, and I think there will be an enormous contrast between these two individuals. And Donald Trump, were you better off under Donald Trump 3.5 years ago, or are you better off these last 3.5 years under Sleepy Joe Biden? I think there's a question that we had a better economy. We were thought more of on the world stage, and our military was tough. People feared us. And let's get back to those days.
Amen. I know we are all eager for that. The answer to the question is so abundantly clear. But, this charade tonight will attempt to persuade America to ignore what Biden is doing to destroy Americans. For example, 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare, who was raped and murdered by two of Biden's newcomers, as he calls them, one, of course, still wearing his ankle bracelet. Biden isn't alone in trying to spin the border crisis. In fact, I have a clip of Harris County judge to show you. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll come right back.
It hurts even more that they're being used as pawns in this fight over immigration that doesn't even exist because Biden and McConnell agree. It's just that Trump won't let him move it forward.
All due respect, Judge, you said this issue shouldn't be politicized, but by pointing the finger at former President Trump and Republicans in Congress, aren't you politicizing it?
I think I answered the question. So, yeah, I mean, this is about Jocelyn. This is about her family.
Trying to claim that the GOP is politicizing the deaths is a failed mission, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no question about it. That is our illustrious, inept county judge, Lena Hidalgo in Harris County. I represent part of Harris County and Houston, all the way over to the Sabine River and the border with Louisiana. And I can tell you what she is trying to do is just the same old game that Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary, Joe Biden himself, trying to tell us that it's the Congress's, it's the Republicans' fault when they have the policies that are absolutely allowing people in, like these two gang members fresh out of the prisons probably in Venezuela, come over and murder Jocelyn Nungare. The leftists can attempt to downplay the horrific consequences of Biden's border crisis all they want to, but it's their deliberate ignorance cannot change the reality that Biden has spent nearly 4 years chumming the waters. And now, folks, the sharks are here. And they better get it right. And I'll tell you, the American people have got to get it right, too, because another 4 years under this president and people like Lena Hidalgo and Alejandro Mayorkas and Joe Biden and our vice president, my goodness, I don't think we can survive another 4 years economically or national security or criminally or any other way.
Yeah, I don't think we can either. It is truly terrifying to think about what comes next if we get another 4 years of Biden. But, you know, as if that judge didn't sound dumb enough and tone deaf enough, I actually have a clip of a congresswoman when asked about Jocelyn. Let's take a look at that one, and then I'll come right back to you.
Can I ask you quickly about the 12-year-old girl in Houston that was tortured?
I don't strangers. I don't even know who you are, and I don't know who she is. I live in Pittsburgh.
Okay, but there was a child who was killed at the...
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know about the child that was killed by illegal immigrants?
I mean, she has no idea who Jocelyn is. She couldn't give a dang and claims that she's from a different state, so it's not her business. I mean, 2/3 of Americans say, yes, it's an invasion, and she acts like nothing is happening. I mean, this is the #1 issue for Americans, is it not?
Without question, the border is the #1 issue. And for this representative of her district to say that she is ignorant of what went on in Houston, all she has to do is look at her own state. Look at many states and cities around the country, and almost 100% of them controlled by Democrats. These are blue counties, blue cities, blue states, and these problems that we're having at the border with our economy, with criminal activity, with potential terrorism, are nothing but problems that are there because of the policies of the Democrat Party, the extremism of this far left radical that has taken over really the Democrat Party, and Joe Biden has been sucked in 100%. Everyone thought at first he might be a moderating influence. He is not. He is acquiesced. He is knuckled under. He has caved in to everything these environmental extremists, these open borders people, these soft on criminals, these look the other way on terrorism, and quite frankly, just coddling our enemies like the Red Chinese, the Russians, the Iranians, and the Hamas, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I think the American people, they're not stupid. They really see what's going on, Allison.
They absolutely